Tunnel Walk is brought to you by Montgomery County, Virginia Regional Tourism. Come find home this football season.
Hokies All Access continues with the Montgomery County Tech Tunnel Walk, and we are joined by Kerry Blackshear, redshirt junior. We're going to get to that classification in a moment. But KJ, here we are on the baseline. Thanks for being with us, of course.
Thank you.
You just came out of the locker room. You're about to take to this court. What's going through your mind right before the game? You know, you're blocking out the crowd. Are you getting fired up off their energy? What are you thinking right now?
Really just thinking like just taking in everything, taking in all the fans, taking in my teammates, taking in the other team. Just really trying to focus in on like what we have to do as a group, and yeah, basically just getting pumped for a game. Every game is different, so like you're excited in a different way every time. Like, can't explain how I feel one game because it's different each and every game. But it's just a fun experience to experience something new with my brothers.
Well, we can't take a walk with you without actually talking about how you walk. Yeah, and I know you know because it was due to an injury situation, but you can't fully put your left foot down when you're playing. I'm curious as to how you've adjusted your game, but also just kind of life, because that's a part of getting around.
It's just a sign of me getting real old. When I was in high school, it was never like this. It kind of like freak accident thing like just happened as soon as I got here. So something I adjusted to freshman year and then got the surgery right after. And it got a little bit better, but still like this a little bit. And I think in some ways it's helped me play. In some ways it's like I've gotten a little slower. Can't jump as high, but it's cool.
All right, KJ, we were just discussing how you walk, and that obviously impacts your game. But one thing else I wanted to ask you about, kind of tongue-in-cheek, you're the only big guy. I mean, in basketball, relatively, you know, everyone's pretty much over 6 feet tall, but you're the only true big guy. Do you ever sit there and think, you know, I'm one of a kind. I'm kind of a unicorn on this team?
I just take it as like I'm just as good doing what they do, but I'm the only one who can do what I do. So, nah, really though, I think it allows me to play a little bit more free, allows me to be able to guard them each and every day because they're like quick, athletic. So I think that helps me defensively a lot. Me and PJ as well. Helps us like have to like anticipate like all the really good guards that we have in the ACC. So that helps me, and it gives me a rep to like keep pace with them every day. I think that in games I'm able to like keep my win or run a little bit longer than other guys because I'm always trying to keep up with all the guards that we have.
Let's rewind a little bit in your career, because you played as a true freshman. You played a lot, and you were really coming on at the end of the year, including in the NIT tournament. Then, unfortunately, injury forced you to redshirt the next year. But as you look back on it, how important was that time? Because it seemed like your game, working against the guys every day, as you were discussing in practice, your game really accelerated to when you then returned to the court the next year.
Being able to play against like guys like Zach Leday, guys like Johnny Hamilton, like every day in practice. Dream was here. He's another guy of size. Just being able to like take a year, like I can like really focus on myself, help those guys in practice, and like act out as if I'm John Collins that day, or act out if I'm Jason Tatum. Like just try different things each and every day, and then work out on top of that, and just compete every day and not have to worry about playing games and getting healthy. I think that helped me a lot grow and mature as well.
Let's take it off the floor for a minute. I've talked to Coach Williams about this before, and he said, you know, KJ is one of the most intelligent players I've ever had, but our minds don't work in the same fashion. You don't like, approach problems or approach scouting reports the same way. How's your mind different, and how have you guys collaborated and meshed so that it works as well as it does?
We talk about it off the court sometimes, and then I like to pick his brain like every once in a while, and then he talks to me about it, and it's something that we've grown like over the years, because it's like a relationship building thing, like just learning how to deal with each other. And then he sometimes gets mad at me because I like to work smarter, not harder. So that kind of like budges heads a little bit, but at the end of the day, we all know that we're going for the same goal, and he's going to push me, and I appreciate having somebody like him in my corner.
You were just kind of joking about it, but it's true. You know, I remember when you guys were freshmen for the first time and you were kind of learning the nuances of college basketball. What's that like to grow up, you know, from being here to becoming those guys? Because, you know, again, you were kind of making light of it, but you are the guys that are teaching Jonathan Kabongo and PJ Horn and those guys.
It's like the culture. It's like just the evolution of everything. Like, it's just a circle. Like, you feel like we started here, went all the way around, and then we're back up top of everything, just learning new things. Like, learning things that those guys that were in our position before that they had to adjust to. And coming into the situation that we came into is different for these young guys, so we have to like respect that also, but tell them to like come on, like we were doing this when we were your age and type things like that. And just seeing the evolution of like the fan base that we have here, like it's just been like an upward ascension of everything, so it's really cool.
This season, as you know, those guys will play their final seasons here, and you've got 1 year of eligibility, of course, remaining, but kind of feels like you guys are there. You know, it wasn't the grand design or the plan, but you guys are here and you're playing well. At its ceiling, you know, how good can this group be?
I think that's something that we're learning every day. It's, we're getting better every day, we feel. Even in like these wins or like the loss that we had this year, we feel like we've learned something new every single game, and our ability to adjust what we learned and apply it to the next game has been like really key for us. So we feel like we don't know how good we're going to be yet because we're getting better every day.
Okay, I'm not ready for this to be your last year, so I'm excited that you and I get to spend another one together, man. Thanks for taking the Tech Tunnel Walk with us. That's Kerry Blackshear, the lone big guy. It's not lonely. See, you heard that from KJ. It makes